Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. So, what to do today, right? The last event, it just had a lot of spark, and the main goal from where I stood was to get the rank skips, and unfortunately, our team, because we're short 8 people, we weren't able to complete the event. I think we got like 750,000, almost. We didn't get to it all the way. Um, but we got, a lot of different spark. And what we plan on opening, these bad boys. Total shard crystals. That's a big deal. On top of that, I'm going to open up, some of the goodies from the Cyberpass and other events that I may not have opened. Main reason being is that they have, per last week's newsletter, Chromie is coming out today. Excuse me, today. Chromie is coming out this week. So that's the new batch 17 Legacy. And I just want to make sure that I have enough crystals to open up that batch. So the goal is to get to 5,000, which I should be able to do in one way, shape, or form. So let's go back and we'll get started. All right, do I have 10? Yep, there we go, 10 out of 10. So let's, while I'm here, let's do some of the Cyberpass rewards at the end of the stream. Oh yeah, that's right. In the February stream, I got a question correct, so they gave me a gift. What'd I get? 6,000 shards. That's not too bad. Alright, so let's do this one. That's just the legacy, not legacy, the rewards crystals, not a big deal. But hey, it started off pretty strong right there. Look at that. 2 4-stars. Do you get any G medals with them? Nope. I thankfully recently got Chrome Jetfire's G medal, so I don't need any more. I wonder if I have. I'm sure I have a G medal for Dust Up. Not a big deal. All right, let's get that one out of the way. Hopefully, I don't max out any cores. I hit the 5,000 cap. Let's get the Energon out of the way. I don't care for the alloy, but what do you do? What do we got here? What is this? Mediums. We'll get to that at some point. Hopefully this is somebody I need. A rook. Nope. Alright. No, but I got 6 of them over there, so hopefully that gives me better luck. Another. Get rid of the alloys. Yep, alright. So now let's start working on these total shard crystals. I think that's going to be the bulk of this video. And want the 4s and the 5s. I don't need any premiums. I don't know when I'll open these premiums. When I watch other people's streams, it's a little crazy to see how many crystals that they have. Like, I think I saw Sunstreak Awaza's stream, and he has 400,000 4-star crystals. And I'm like, why not just, open them up, get every 5-star, and then worry about new stuff, It's like, what's the point of banking up when you have stuff to get? And I know you can easily say, like, hey, wait a second. Look at you, Like, I still got one batch to clear. But there's a difference between, like, one batch and multiple batches. And my reasoning has to do with a handful of things, right? One factor is finding the time to open them up. Open it, opening up crystals to then in turn lead up to unlocking another 5-star, right? That's one. Two, opening up certain, rewards, it's going to hit that 5,000 cap. I don't know if you guys have been watching my channel, but you'll see in a lot of other videos, there's that little sign that comes up saying, hey, careful of the 5,000 cap. All right, so the good news is, oh boy, this is good. This one's good. I got two G medals that I was waiting for. I wanted Cosmos's attack, and I wanted the G1 Rush Dust. Oh, I've been waiting for that forever. I'll put that on during this stream. Cosmos is a little bit harder because in one of the tips that sorry about the noise in the back, but one of the places I saw some tips for the game, they said to put one of the prime cores on Cosmos, so because he's a slow walker, might as well have turrets come out for him, which wasn't a half bad idea. I think I'm sitting on 2.4 million regular spark, which is fine. I think they don't have a cap for combat and combiner spark. I wish they did something better for combiner spark. There's a big difference between, I think there's what, like, say if there were 10 combiners, right? There's only 10 combiners you could put combiner spark into. But when you look at how many transformers there are, there's over 200, you know? So it's just like, there's never enough spark, but there's a cap for the spark. Let us bank it up. I remember this one time I accidentally, I think, I can't remember who it was. I like accidentally put spark into them. And then when I reached out to support, what they did was they just gave me back all the spark for the character, right? So I was at level 10, and then when you get 10 levels refunded, I was just like, oh, okay, so I have a little bit banked up. I know I went over. Like I lost spark on it. But, what can I really say? Like I reached out to them and said, hey, I made a mistake. And they fixed the mistake unknowingly, causing a different problem. I have to find it. And believe it or not, it was Dale who was helping me out. He said he'd give me. I forgot the whole transaction back then. He said he'd give me back one level, but then inadvertently did them all, and I was like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna go crazy. I was just a little sad. Yeah, might as well just get these out of the way. But let's see where we stand on stuff. That's a little bit of the problem, right? So let me open up a handful. Hopefully it's just 4, right? If I get lucky. 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna get lucky. The reason I'm not going after Decepticon ones is they said that new rankings are coming up. So I'd rather just get the duplicates for the Autobots and just rank up all of them. Because the only thing I'm doing with the alt faction, the Decepticons, is just dispatch missions. I will use the 3-star crystals for the Decepticons, even though I think I'm only missing one 4-star Decepticon. Will I ever get Dreadwing? Someday. Just not today. Yeah, let's get these 3s out of the way. I'll probably open them up for the for this video. I'm gonna go. That's an Autobot. I accidentally, I don't know how I got that. I don't know if it was through, yeah, I'll take the XP core. I don't know if it was through a duplicate skin, or I maybe accidentally picked the 3-star. Um, I until I got that Rust Dust, I really wanted to start opening up these Combiner Gate bundles, but never got to that. Another Cyclonus. All right, and let's see. You know what I should have done? I should have waited. Where do we stand? Geez, only halfway. So this video is going to get long. Dreadwing is not in the regular batch yet. And who else? There's Dreadwing and I forgot the new Decepticon. He's like a tank. He's the opposite of Gears. But let's it is what it is. Let's start opening up duplicates until we get there. Nothing good. Now comes the boring waiting. So it would have been nice if it if this was a 10-minute video. This is going to easily turn into a 30-minute video. But you know, not for nothing. I guess 100 total shard crystals. You know, giving me. But wait a second. There's the 4-stars, right? The 4-stars were guaranteed 5-star dupes. All in all, for the first 10 minutes to get, what was that? That many 5-stars, not too bad. And if I get lucky, maybe I'll get some other G medals for guys that I can use. I know at some point I'm going to have to open up the Defensor bundle because I need a G medal for Rook. So that's ultimately my gripe with the game, right? It's just like there's resources everywhere. But because they want to keep a bulk of the game so, you know, random number generated, like, how am I going to get, you know, a core for the people that I'm missing, you know? How do we as the players do that? And when you bring that up, it's like, oh yeah, wait a second, buy bundles, and then the core is in the pool, and it's just like that. That doesn't help, right? Like, look what's happening. You know, like I'm getting 2-star dupes. When am I ever going to get a G metal core from a 2-star dupe? I think we can even use like Rust Dust as an example, right? Rust Dust. I don't know what legacy batch she's from, or how long she's been in the game, but she's not, you know, somebody recent. I had, I think, 8 gold cores and 1 silver core, and it's just like, all right, so how am I going to get 20 silver cores so then I can, you know, go into the power core converter and turn all the stuff into a G metal, you know? And it, it just doesn't flow right, you know? Granted, I did have a combiner gate bundle for Defensor, or at least I'm sure I do. Um, they still don't make it that easy. What I'd like them to do um, is allow us to convert our G metals. Will they do it? Probably not, or at least not anytime soon. I mean, they have an HQ 17 upgrade. Excuse me, 17 HQ 19 upgrade coming. So, could they add something to the research building? Of course, they could. Like them to add a couple more, like two more dispatch missions to the radar. I mean, when you look at how it's scaled, it made sense. Or even if you didn't want to give us two more dispatch missions, you can give us a combiner dispatch mission. Like look at what's happening. You know, like we have, I think we have what, 7 combiners, but do people use all of them? No. Some people just kind of run around with one. When there's what is that, mayhem mode, I'm only going to run with ruination. Other missions I don't mind running around with some of the good guys now. Now, like some of them are strong. Like they've updated Volcanicus. He can handle 25k zones, so I'm good with that. Magnaboss could already do 25k zones. He was barely able to do it. Omega Supreme does not. He is the like when you look at him, he has the highest. Is it health? He has the highest score. He has the highest points. Whatever you want to call him, he's at what, 6120. Meanwhile, he can't solo zone 25. 25k zones. So what do you do? Maybe I should start doing that. What I end up doing, right? I don't put my face on stream. Maybe I should do that. I got another impactor. That was good. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that works a little bit better. I mean, all the other streamers kind of do it, right? I think the bigger issue is how I do the recording on my tablet, so I don't maneuver the tablet correctly. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I know some people use BlueStacks. I used to use BlueStacks. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped using it. I think it was because it had to do with the advertisements, and of course, like the second build. Not the, am I using the right word? Build. The second session, the second virtual machine. That one didn't have an advertisement, but that was my alt faction, so I didn't really care for it. I wonder. I don't know how many I opened, so that's what I was wondering. Where do I stand? I have a lot to open. Yeah, this is probably how it happened. Let's keep going. How many? Where'd I go? I still got over 1,000. We're still good. I should switch up to some Decepticons, though. Oh yeah, the reason I'm not is because the guy I'm missing, Dreadwing, he's not in the pool yet. When I see he's in the pool, then I'll start opening up those crystals. Yeah, I need Brainstorm. Like, give me a G metal for Brainstorm. Who else was missing? Like for the longest time, I wanted a Goldfire one, and then like within I think a week, I got two G medals. It says something, right? Like the RNG isn't as RNG as you think it is. Because I've been playing the game for over 8 years. Um, like, why do I have like six Ultra Magnus G metal cores, but not one of say Orion packs, for example, right? Um, and it's like, hey, wait a second. Ultra Magnus has been in the pool longer, so of course you have a greater chance of getting him. And I'm saying that's what the problem is. They have to figure out how to navigate that better. Like, we're not looking for another RC core, for example, or another Optimus Prime core. Tasmania Kid came out. Give us Tasmania Kid, you know? Like, try not to, like, I understand some of it, and they'll never openly admit, like, they're tweaking things to get people to buy versus, like, giving it to them free in the game. But, like, make it a little bit easier, like, have different options. Like, I'm never going to buy a Tasmania Kid bundle because I went through the endurance event to get him. And I, I don't think it's possible, right? Like, for a person to say um, that they woke up every 4 hours and played, you can have like 100%, victory run. But to wake up 4 hours, every 4 hours, or maybe wake up isn't the right word, right? But to play every 4 hours over a 72 hour period to get an 88,000 score, right? That is the most extreme possibility of getting there. Um, Normal people have to coin or um, kind of just rely on um, the generosity of a stranger, meaning they got a score of 100,000 while you got a score of 40,000. Now, I know the math wasn't right on there, but you kind of understand where I'm coming from, right? Like, they compensated for you. Whenever I'm playing with these endurance event people, so, like the top five, geez, like I pace out my score. I'm going to do, um, the goal is 30,000 a day, you know? And these other guys, like the ones at the bottom, I bet they're like, haha, I'm not going to, spend my coin. I don't care. And it doesn't seem fair. Like, I remember I played this one time and I got like a score of like 60. And the guy was like, okay, you have to go to another team to get your other 28,000. Like, like sure as heck I'm not. Like, we got it. I'm going back to home base. I'm relaxing. Was that fair? I don't have a straight answer. Like, the easy answer is no, that's not fair. But these other guys, they cranked it so hard. They cranked out win after win after win, and coin after coin after coin. It's just like, what do you want me to say? Like, don't chase after the guy who had 60. Chase after the guy who had like 40. Um, so I did feel bad prior to. No, it wasn't prior to. I think it was like when they made like the 3.5 million cap. for endurance bots, right? I was like, hey, wait a second. I think I was spending like $20 for fuel, and then I would hear these other people who went for like the endurance. They didn't spend that much more than me, so I'm like, I might as well go for the 5 star. And the first time I did it, I did a really piss poor job. I did, um, I think I was at the bottom. I was number 40, and I think I only did like a 41 score, 41,000 score, and I was like, never again. I never want to be the person on the bottom. But when the weekend comes, other people just, like I said, they crank out the wins, they crank out the gameplay. Jeez. But that's me going. Uh, I don't want to say going off. I wasn't ranting. I was just talking about what happened with my personal experience. What I do hate, uh, like those people who have those scores that low, and then like in our family chat, it's like I'll hear people, and I'll see it like even posts like uh, on like the Facebook groups. Like these other people, they 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 played very hard for the 4 star, and their scores were like 60, 70, even 80,000, and they didn't get what they wanted because they didn't have a good team. And it's just like, oh boy, like, and they won't leave their team. Like they're complaining about it, but they won't leave their team. They're hurting themselves, and I get annoyed that they couldn't do it after all that effort. They didn't get the reward after all that effort. Meanwhile, hey, look who's at the bottom of our team, and they got it, and they didn't put in. Who knows the reasoning? Like I hate to say it that way. It's like I don't care about the reasoning either. It's like, oh, I was busy. Oh, I didn't get to play enough. I mean, that's on you. You know, like look what happened to first place. Just because he had time and money to throw into it, like somehow it's um, it's a detriment to you. No, you benefited from that. Uh, this won't be the only time I complain about, or you'll hear me complain like this. It's one of the other bad things about the game. But it's the one thing that holds true is um, like talking about the game, even in a negative light. It's not that the game. It's good publicity to say it that way. I don't want the game to go away. I want it to improve, but talking about it gets it to more ears, so it's better. All right, let's see where we stand. 'Cause I did get a few. All right, we might be there, right? So I think for like a day, I'll be sitting on where we are on Decepticons. Yeah, I should have known better than open this stuff up. Now I gotta like scroll all the way to the back. Oh, so the early gripe that I was talking about, we didn't get the 1.25 million score. Uh, I don't think anybody in the family got it. That's a little bothersome to me. I only saw like one Facebook post of somebody getting it. I'm sure multiple teams got it because there's thousands of teams out there. But it said something to me which wasn't good. A handful of years ago, there were so many families and so many players. Now it's hard to get an active 40. And it's not because um, there aren't accounts out there, because there's plenty of accounts. Um, this is natural. The player base is dwindling. And this isn't out of the ordinary. It happens to every game. But at some point, the game finds its audience, and it's kind of running on, how do you say this? Like, I don't want to call it maintenance mode, but how do they get more people to come? I don't know. Um, the Cyberpass just came out that weekend, so that was another factor. Um, because it came out just that weekend, the families couldn't rearrange um, where players should go. Because I definitely would have like both my accounts. I got what do you call that? I got I think like over 30,000, barely over 30,000, but over 30,000. Oops, I didn't. Yeah, it's fine. It's not that I'm trying to brag about it or anything. It's just if we had 40 active players and they all did that, we would have hit the score. And I think we're good right there. Oops, that's fine. And there we go. So now we're good. I'm just waiting for uh, Chromia tomorrow, and then we'll just naturally get the last two guys here. I'd rather have Springer than Jazz. Jazz is a lot of fun early on. His ability 11 blows everything up in a cluster, but that's not good later on. Like when you start hitting those zone 16s, he just hurts everything a lot, but doesn't take anything out, which doesn't help. What you need is things to go gone. You know, like those building defenses need to go. And you know what? I'll open up that last one. Bam. What I get? Anything good? So that pretty much right. That takes care of this, right? The 5-star. I hope they do something with these because I got every. The only one missing um, is the one that they haven't made yet. Um, and there should be some more prime cores coming, right? Because there's 13 primes, and depending what universe you go to, you'll see some of the names are changed. So like there's a Zeta Prime, but then there's a Sentinel Prime, you know. Um, but they should make prime cores for all of them, and they, Star Optimus. Go ahead, give me that prime core. Um, he'll be like the first guy to have 3 cores though. But regardless, that Star Optimus core will go on whoever, not just Optimus. But they have to come up with ideas on who to put it on. Excuse me, what attributes to give to it. But um, that's on them, and they'll think of it. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. I do make videos every so often, so feel free to subscribe. And if you have some constructive criticism, go ahead and leave it down below. I already went through this in the war. Yeah, I'm already done with it. Yeah, this is a little bit of the issue. But the war just started, so it's only 5 hours ago. Oh, we're only 5 hours in. That being said, I do want to thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of, and maybe I should end it with one of those Transformers lines, right? Till all are one. But thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.